Donald Trump has spent 7 months lying to the American people about the coronavirus, not providing any leadership, but doing whatever he can seemingly to do PR for the virus. But there is an election in 3 weeks and he needs to pretend that none of that is true. And so he is going to deceptively, dishonestly, and non-consensually use Dr. Fauci, who is the only person who's worked for Donald Trump this entire time that the people still trust, to pretend that that man supports his reelection. Take a look at this ad.
President Trump is recovering from the coronavirus, and so is America. Together, we rose to meet the challenge, protecting our seniors, getting them life-saving drugs in record time, sparing no expense. President Trump tackled the virus head-on, as leaders should.
I can't imagine that anybody could be doing more.
We'll get through this together. We'll live carefully, but not afraid.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Yes, so Trump approves the message. You know who doesn't approve the message? Anthony Fauci, as was made clear here in his appearance on the news.
You quickly came out with a statement that noted that that sentence had been taken out of context. You were talking about the whole of government response, not President Trump. And of course, you've never endorsed a presidential candidate in your 5 decades of public service. Should the Trump campaign take this ad down?
You know, I think so, Jake. I think it's really unfortunate and really disappointing that they did that. It's so clear that I'm not a political person, and I have never either directly or indirectly endorsed a political candidate. And to take a completely out of context statement and put it in, which is obviously a political campaign ad, I thought was really very disappointing.
What would you say if I told you I heard that the Trump campaign was actually preparing to do another ad featuring you?
You know, that would be terrible. I mean, that would be outrageous if they do that. In fact, that might actually come back to backfire on them. I hope they don't do that, because that would be kind of playing a game that we don't want to play. So I hope they reconsider that.
Okay, so JR, I'm gonna have a follow-up for you, but what's your first reaction to Trump using it and then Fauci acknowledging that he had no interest in being in that ad?
You know, when you finally see someone hitting the breaking point, people with the utmost patience, you may see them with their kids or something. You're like, man, that guy is so calm. Like he can put up with anything. And it's kind of been the persona that Fauci has been showing us. I mean, maybe behind the scenes he loses his temper. Maybe behind the scenes he goes, hey, stop that. But I think publicly he's finally getting fed up, and he's like, okay, you guys, okay. He knows he's coming out looking great amongst all these things, but there's only so much someone can take when they're personally continually put out there as this shield or barrier between truth and reality. I mean, truth and Trump's lies. So anytime Trump now says, I'm just gonna take a half a sentence from him and toss it in his campaign video, he's like, okay, like you could have come out there and try to clean up your ridiculousness. Sure, that's part of my job. But it's come some point when you stop talking to me and you start using my words without my permission, okay, I've hit the breaking point and the baby's gotta be put in timeout.
Yeah, 100%. And I guess my follow-up is, it was subtle, but was that not a threat? Did he not threaten Trump in that? Like that, I don't know if he'd want to do this. Yeah, this is a game he might not want to play and all that. Like, is he saying that if they keep putting him in ads, that he would be in a Biden ad or something? That he would come out more critical and say something critical of Trump? Can you imagine if Fauci is the October surprise? And he comes out with like a full interview. This MFer didn't give a damn. He wants the herd mentality. And let me tell you about how dumb he is, because he's real dumb. Can you imagine?
It'll be like the Woodward taste. Maybe he's been recording him somehow, and without selling a book, so there's actually more trust behind it. That'd be nice. One person to finally do that.
That conversation where where Fauci had to explain to him why you can't just let millions of people die. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if it comes out, because that's been news for months and months and nobody seems to care. By the way, super fast, a little update. We're in, I don't know, the 30th step of the herd mentality thing. The Trump administration supported some sort of like, all these doctors had signed on to, you should do a herd immunity. And it turned out that like dozens of their names were like Joey Bananas and stuff like that. Like it was total BS. But the Trump administration just supported it. Because again, remember, they don't support herd immunity, except they keep supporting herd immunity constantly. But anyway, yeah, so they used him in the ad. He doesn't want to be used in the ad. The Trump campaign has defended its decision to feature Fauci in the ad, saying they are indeed Dr. Fauci's own words. Yes, but taken out of context and not specifically about Donald Trump at all. Donald Trump went a step further, maybe responding to that implicit threat there, saying, actually, Tony's pitching arm is far more accurate than his prognostications. Longest word Trump has ever used. Definitely looked it up before he typed it. No problem, no masks. WHO no longer likes lockdowns. Just came out against. Trump was right. We saved 2 million USA lives.
So which one is it? Is it that Fauci, his fastball isn't there? Or is it that he's in a campaign ad of yours saying that you're awesome, taken out of context? You can't have it both ways. You can't say he can't toss and he has no prognostications, but you can say that he's in my ad endorsing me and that's supposed to be positive. Which one is it? Which one is it, bro?
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. So why if he's so terrible, he's awful, why do you have him in the ad? And also, like, again, it's the 50th time we've acknowledged this now, but that no problem, no masks thing was like day one of the pandemic, trying to avoid people buying up all the masks so doctors couldn't get it. And after that, we've had 7 months of everyone desperately begging the president to acknowledge what scientists say, which is we need to encourage people to wear masks. He has since gotten coronavirus and still won't acknowledge that, but he's not going to at this point. And by the way, JR, Tony's pitching arm is far more accurate. Do you get what that's a reference to?
When he had that the opening pitch, right? Am I right? At the Nationals game?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he's mocking Fauci for the bad throw, but do you get why he's doing that?
Because Trump is afraid to do it?
No, I think it's because Trump is butthurt that he wasn't offered the opportunity.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Remember, this is now deep into, I guess, our cinematic universe. Trump said that he had been asked to do it and he had to say no because he had an event that he had to do. I'd be doing it, but I have an event. And then on that day, the day that he had said he was gonna do, he couldn't do it because he had the event, he went golfing. So like he is so jealous that Fauci got to, to the extent that he did, throw the first pitch. He's still thinking about it months later.
Yeah, and actually, it wasn't the Yankees or something that came out and said, yeah, we said we would do it, but we didn't offer him to do it on this day.
Yeah, totally.
He made the whole thing up.
Yeah, so look, they said that they're going to have him in more ads. If that happens, Dr. Fauci, come on, you told him that something would happen if he does that. So you start recording your ads right now. You can come on the channel, I'll interview. We can talk about Donald Trump and the coronavirus. I got no problem with that.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.